All right, we are going to look at using base 10 blocks to multiply decimal numbers. But just a quick review, you've already learned how to use base 10 blocks to multiply regular numbers. So if we take a look at this question here, we have 12 times 23. We let this side represent 12 here. So from here to here is 12, and we just build an array. This side over here, from here to here, is 23. And so basically what we do with the base 10 blocks is we just try to fill in this array so that we make a rectangle. We fill everything in so there's no space, and it just meets all of this. This is like this one rod is multiplied, or this 10 rod is multiplied by this 10 rod, which, so we'd say this is 10 times 10, and that equals 100. So it allows us to do some quick calculating. So these are both worth 100, because 10 times 10, 10 times 10 is 100. But then this is, these are 1 rods times 10, or 1 cubes times 10. So each of these is worth 10. So we just do all the totals here, right? And we're basically, because multiplication is just repeated addition, we're just totaling things up. So we have 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. We have 270 so far, right? So 12 times 23 is greater than 270. And then we have, each of these is worth 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 270 plus 6 equals 276, right? This is what you were doing over the last couple of classes. So we know that 12 times 23 equals 276. Well, now how do we do this if we want to look at this as being multiplying by decimals? So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this array part. All right, and I'm just going to go like, I'm going to go over to our next page, and we'll just take a look at this. So if we get rid of that array, and then we have a rectangle, and it's all filled in so that it's one nice rectangle. And basically what we're going to do is if we go down here, we're going to start saying this flat, okay, the flat itself right here, the flat of 100, like 100 little squares, this, we're going to make this a value of 1 when we're dealing with decimals. All right, and that's, instead of previously, this edge was 10. All right, we had 10 here. All right, so now this represents 1. So this edge represents 1 whole. And the rod now, the rod right here, is going to represent 0.1. Okay, and this cube is going to represent 0.01. So when we take a look at this value now, okay, if this side of this flat represents 1, okay, and this side, or these things, represent 0.1, so we have 0.2, then what we have here, this whole side of this number line, or this base 10 model, is 1.2. Right? And if we think back to our previous, that side represented 12. Now it represents 1.2. And so this is going to be 1 here, and from here to here is going to be 0.3. So we put it together, right, all the way across, we have 2.3. So when we take a look at it, now we have, instead of 12 times 23, we have 1.2 times 2.3. And all we're going to do is we're going to add these up. All right? So this is worth 1 times 1 is 1, 2, all right? So our answer is 2 wholes, and then we count up our decimals. So this is 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 2. So there's our decimal 7. And this is decimal 01, right? So 01, decimal 02, decimal 03, decimal 04, decimal 05, decimal 06. And so our answer is, 2.76. All right? And that's how you would multiply decimal numbers with base 10 blocks. All right? And I'll give you some practice questions for that.